Alright, this is a new body style Ranger XP 1000. One of the common complaints about it, and mine was no different, the day I drove it off the showroom floor, it was hard to get in gear, and it's been irritating since I got it, and I've actually had it several months, just have not had the time to get into it. So last couple of days I've been playing with clutching on this thing and so forth, and so now's the time. All right, so what's causing it? Well, it's potentially three different things. One is one we're going to cover is the alignment, clutch alignment. Number two is that these things, you can Google this, and I'm not going to take away from Terry Gilliman Innovations. He's kind of been the pioneer on these clutches before myself here, and I mean, like I said, I'm not taking away from him, but anyway, he discovered the issues with the mechanism that they have for the engine braking that kind of springs out, grabs belts. That can be an issue, and then the bearing in the middle of the clutch itself it seems to be not that great, or always it can be problematic. So it could be one of the three really, but if it's an alignment, and we can certainly I'm going to tell you how to tell, then this is really easy to do, take care of it. All right, so I'm going to show you a visual of what's happening here when it's out of alignment. All right, so I'm going to crank this thing up, let it idle, and I'm going to be up. This is on the lift. I'm going to step up there, let it run. I want you to pay attention. This is not supposed to be turning. It will be, and then I'll cut it off, come back down. Okay, as you can see, my secondary was turning. So how do I know if it's any of those issues? Okay, so what I would do, and I'm sorry I don't wear contacts anymore. So what I would do is take your phone, get it on the camera, put it on flash, and then I would take this picture right up inside. You ain't gonna be able to see it in the camera, but I'm gonna look in there. I'm gonna try to get it as centered as I can, best I can, where I can see, and take a picture. And of course, I will put this picture up, but by itself. But you see, obviously, that thing is touching one side of that primary clutch. Okay, so right here, I'll enter in the actual picture into the video. Let you look at it. All right, so it's a little better view than what you just saw with me sticking a phone up there. Okay, so we know that we're out of alignment. What do we do about it? Pretty simple, actually. Okay, so you can do this on the belt several ways. You can go ahead and take it off now. I don't really do that, so I'm going to do it my way. And what there is there's some shims behind this bolt. And as they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So let's get our secondary bolt off. 15 millimeter. All right, now there's a bunch of little shims here. Make sure that you get them all. Okay, mine has 6 shims. All right, the way these shims work and how this secondary deal is that the shaft is out here, the clutch is on it, and in the back of the clutch inside the helix area there's a stop in the clutch. And so these shims, and it's really hard to demonstrate, when you put your bolt in, it's actually pushing the clutch. So the clutch can go against that stop, and if it needed to go that way, you'd actually be pushing against the spring pressure, pushing the whole entire clutch. And then if we need to come back this way, which mine does, then that spring can be pushing it back. So when you take shims off of this end, well, it moves the whole clutch over. All right, so after looking at my picture, I decided that it is moved over too far to the engine side, about 3 of these shims, and I'll see all 3 width. That's kind of what I determined. And you can see that, and I said, well, if I can move it back this way that much, that ought to fix it. Okay, now you can, like I said, you can do this without taking the belt off. It's probably smarter to put the belt, take the belt off and put it back on. So that's what we'll do, and the reason for that, I mean, I shortcut stuff. I tighten and turn and tighten and turn this till it rolls back out, but it's probably not the best idea. So you'll need the nut back, or the bolt back in, and then let's put our tool from your tool kit in here. Just making sure I put it back with 3 less. Okay, so use your belt tool that spreads the secondary and get it spread. Now I'll hush where I can get it. All right, I got it all the way screwed in. You're gonna want to take your belt off, and it ain't always easy to roll it off, but we'll try it this way. All right, there we go. All right, so you can just lean it over here to the side. This should be torqued to 40 foot-pounds. If you watch many of my videos, that probably ain't even really the best way to do this as far as that belt. Sometimes what I do personally and what I'd rather tell you to do is 2 different things. To be honest with you, and I try to, in the videos, I try to do what's the right, but sometimes the right way is really just a pain in the ass. So I shortcut things off the video. So let me hush where I can get fast forward. All right. The belt's back on. I usually will rotate it whatever direction it takes to get it working itself back up. All right, it's at the top. You should put blue Loctite on this bolt, 40 foot-pounds. That's 40 to me. Now let's see what happens. Like magic, it doesn't turn anymore. Now, if you want to make sure that it's right, or close to being right, all you got to do is take you another picture, just like we did, and get it off of there. And let's see. All right, again, we'll put this video in. But that's mine after the 3, and here's your picture actually in the video. All right, so basically we're done. I mean, that's simply all you had to do to get the alignment. I've been driving it after fixing it and so forth, so I already know that it works. Shifts like a dream. I've actually put the Polaris belt back on there. Guess what? This one's coming off. Hunterworks belt's going back on. I will say this, on any new belt, I don't care if it's Hunterworks or Polaris or whatever, on alignment, if you were just getting it off of the back side or front side, wherever your alignment problem was, then a new belt, being a little wider, may touch it and start doing this. So if you were to put a new belt by anybody on there and it starts it, then you would probably need to take another shim out. Now, with all that being said, it's very possible that the belt was touching this side and you would have to buy some more of these shims from Polaris to stack in here on top of it, but they're to move it the other direction. So taking them out moves the belt back, adding more, pushes it that way. Like I said, it's literally riding on a shaft, and the stop in the back hits it, and when you keep pushing it, you're actually compressing the spring a little bit, but you're pushing the whole clutch over. So the clutch shim, no matter what the shims, is never loose in there because it's under that spring tension a little bit. So anyway, I hope I made this clear as mud for you. Like I said, it's the video I've been wanting to do. I just have not had the time to get in here and start playing on my own vehicle. What made me do it is the new deer clutch come out for new body style XP 1000s, and I needed to get that, and that forced me to do this too. So I think that's about it. FYI, I will tell you, one thing I didn't cover is taking the clutch cover off. You're going to need to take this intake hose off here, lift the bed, and flick this hose up, or take it off at the throttle body to get it completely out of the way. Take all your screws out, and it's still going to be one of them jobs that make a preacher cuss. But you're not getting it out unless you take that hose off and air filter cover. It's just a few little clamps around it, clip, clip, clip. Take it off, move that, open the bed up, and then you can manipulate that cover. That's kind of backwards on the video, but still in here. All right, guys. Anything you guys need, let me know. I'm gonna put a little square right here for another video that just shoots over to our new body style Ranger belt to kind of give you the heads up about it. Of course, on that video, the tail end of it's got one comes back here, but they go hand in hand. Make sure you subscribe. There's a little link up here to get to us, and then down in the description at the bottom there'll be a link to get to Hunterworks if you need anything. We don't have a whole lot for the new body style Ranger, but there will be one there. So like I said, if I can help you guys, shoot me an email. Getting on the phone is tough, I know it. Thank y'all so much.